Well, hi there, Andrew Bell with you once again. Now, all the intense speculation about interest rates that we saw a month or so ago have all been washed down somewhat, with all the attention being on the Olympics and other things. Interestingly, interest rates in many contemporary economies around the world, such as Switzerland and Sweden, Canada, Europe, and now the Bank of England, have seen all of their interest rates cut, which makes it a lot more difficult for our Reserve Bank to be looking at putting rates up, which was the conversation a few weeks back. However, the most recent report by the Reserve Bank, they've said that they were not expecting any rate drops until sometime in 2025, maybe close to the middle of the year. So we're going to continue to see the knock-on effects of higher interest rates right throughout our economy for some time to come, and of course in the real estate market as well. So it is timely to remember the incredible concept that Warren Buffett, the world's most famous and successful investor, who has given invaluable advice to investors for a long period of time, and that was, be fearful when others are greedy, and be greedy when others are fearful. Well, of course, what he meant by that was, when markets of any type, whether it be real estate, the stock market, Bitcoin, gold, etc., are booming off the exuberance of those wanting to be part of a rapidly rising market in which easy money can be made, then in that particular time, it's the worst time for anyone to be entering any type of market. There's never any bargains or great buys to be made when people will just pay whatever is asked just to get into the marketplace. The time to do your best buying is when others are fearful, when others feel it's the wrong time to buy, when you don't have the same level of competition with other buyers, and when you can negotiate in a much stronger way. Now, many would suggest that at the high point of interest rates, that is exactly the time that people should be making their move. From my own observations over a 50-odd year career, I can concur that it's the counter-cyclical buyers that always come out on top. They buy when others think you shouldn't. But of course, it does mean that they have to hold for a period of time while the market cycle works its way through. So whilst some are still suggesting there could be an interest rate rise or two, which I doubt, the great majority are now focused on perhaps interest rates staying at their current levels for the medium term. You may have seen the latest domain figures that are showing right around the country listings have been rising through July, and expect to see that the same now following. So this means that there's a little bit of an opportunity for buyers where there's some more stock on the market, certainly before we start to see all the activity that we see in September. It has always been clear to me that the best time to enter the real estate market is when it appears to be the worst time, and that's what many people are saying about the market right now. No question this cycle will be different, given that we have an underlying issue of an undersupply of properties available to be purchased and demand that's well in excess of that supply. And so whilst it's unlikely to see any major decline in the real estate market, the conditions over the next 6 months or so are likely to be far more favourable to buyers than they have been at any time in the past 4 years. It's unlikely that you'll see any bargains. It does take a little bit of courage, I accept that, and with all the media attention, which is always focusing on the negative, it just makes it that much higher to go, I'm going out to do what I should do. But these opportunities only present themselves on rare occasions. Well, we have certainly had a mild winter, and now we prepare ourselves to launch into the spring season. It's always been traditionally a busy time in the real estate market, as many people try to lock in their purchases before the end of the year and be into their new homes this side of Christmas. And for those with young children, be set up with new schools for the next calendar year. I suspect it will be another busy time, as our shortage of properties still exists in most sectors of the market. Interestingly, it's good to see investors are returning to the market with an early sign of recovery in housing finance to investors. I'll touch on that with more detail in an upcoming report. Well, there's always lots and lots of information to share, perhaps more at the moment than I've seen for some time, and I look forward to doing this on a fortnightly basis over the next few months and keep you right abreast of everything happening in the marketplace. Meanwhile, hope you enjoyed the air show. Have a great balance of August.